That was a great win for our program, great win for our seniors to send them out with a winning record, obviously, in this rivalry. Thought our kids came out and played hard early on. We made some critical errors, and I give them a lot of credit. Their kids played really hard for 4 quarters. And, you know, that's what you don't expect anything less from a team. I think their coaches really got their kids playing hard. They believed the whole time, and in the end, we made one more play when we needed to make it. But, we have a lot of things that we can clean up. We're going to really celebrate and enjoy this win, bring the trophy back right where it belongs. It's got a nice trophy case right in our right in our building there, and we're going to put it in there and tell it right back where it belongs for another whole year. So it's great to win this game. It's great to win any rivalry game and send our seniors out as champions. As Egg Bowl champions, just like we did last year, is a huge thing.
Talk about Chris Relf in the passing game, especially after.
Yeah, Chris came out early and was throwing. We missed a couple shots, and then he hit a couple shots and did a nice job, set his feet and throwing the ball. And I thought Chris played pretty well managing the game. We're a pretty banged up football team at this point, and fortunately now we have a couple weeks we can get ourselves healthy again. But Chris did a nice job and managed the game. We made some silly mistakes, but for the most part, I think we did pretty well.
Talk a little more. He didn't even run the ball in the second quarter, then he had a big run. But do you think Ole Miss was caught off guard how much he was hurting them with the passing game?
Well, they were putting their plan. I think you look at a game plan, and their game plan was going to be to take away the run early on, and they had 8 guys standing right there in the line of scrimmage, and were daring us to make plays down the field. And our guys did. We made those plays early in the game, and I think that was critical for us.
Talk about the play of Perkins tonight.
Perkins had a big night, a big night. He's an explosive football player. Chad Bumpus went down. We're not loaded with playmakers. We have some guys that make plays, but not loaded with playmakers right now. And he's one of our playmakers. So when Chad went down, and one of our guys that we feel is a playmaker, we needed him to step up, and he had a huge game, and had some explosive plays that we needed.
We had 6 plays, 33 or more yards, 2 for 71.
That's good.
That's pretty good for not having.
Were any of them touchdowns? Yeah. Was one of them a touchdown?
One of them was.
One of them was a touchdown. We'd have some real playmakers if both of them were. That means we got caught on the other one. Our guys, they did a good job. Actually, when we had the opportunity to make those plays, in the big plays in the first half, they made them. And the one bad thing is, we got up 31-9, and I was on our guys, and I told them we cannot take our foot off the gas. And I felt on our sideline, our coaches, everybody, for some reason we felt and put it into cruise control, said, oh, we're good. And all of a sudden, we find ourselves in a football game.
Is that the game ball?
Yes, it is. Keeping this one.
The team give it to you?
Dr. Keenum decided. We gave the university the trophy back, so he decided to give me a football in exchange.
Purnell talked about being undefeated in rivalry games. Talk about his play tonight.
Oh, great play and great leadership out of him. Hey, that's what you want. You need your leaders, you need your seniors, and your playmakers to make the big-time plays in the biggest games of the year, and they did that tonight. He did that. We told them they're going to have to make stops, and at the end of the game, they made stops. And that last drive right there, just a huge stop of not even really letting them get the momentum going and driving down the field.
On the play that was reviewed, you were so confident you had the punt team out on the field.
Well, when it was a fumble, I looked at the Jumbotron. They showed the replay on the Jumbotron. It didn't look like it was much of in question to me, but you never know. Because I didn't have all the angles. I just saw the one quick view on the Jumbotron. So I'm in charge of punt team, so I got the punt team huddled up, and I made the defense huddle with the defensive guys.
Dan, did other teams have gashed them for big plays like that? Is there anything that you see why they get?
I think it's nice. When you stand 8 guys standing in the line of scrimmage, once you get through the line of scrimmage for us, there were some big plays there to be made if you could get to the second level. And, fortunately at different times we were able to get to that second level. You saw they were not going to let us run the football. And do our traditional running game. We had to mix it up, do some different things. And, and I think that allowed us to have those big plays.
And the number of big plays that you made tonight, does that speak to how much you guys have grown as a football team?
I think offensively, I think it does in a way. The strength of our offense, obviously, with your strength of your offense, the offensive line, and you're used to grinding it out like we've done all season. And you look, most of our skill players are young players on the team. and they had the opportunity to make plays tonight. They were going to try to take our strength away, which was our offensive line, and load everybody up so we couldn't have an advantage running the football. And, fortunately, those kids made the plays they needed to make.
It's almost fitting that it ended with defense again. You guys have been doing that all year long, it seems like.
Yeah. I would have loved to have run the clock out right there, but, like I said, they give them credit. Their kids played hard for 4 quarters.
Did they show the difference between Ballard and Perkins? They seem to not want to let Vic beat you, but Ballard got on the outside and made some good plays.
I think all the attention to stopping Ballard up the middle certainly opened some things up for Perkins on the edge, and and that's what Ladera's an explosive player, and all year we'd love to have given him the open field, and fortunately we're able to do that some tonight.
Corey Broomfield tonight, having the last hit there on 4th and 23. You talk about what he's doing tonight.
A big play, had the interception. Should have had another one. The second one should have been much easier than the first one, it looked like, but it is good. He played with some confidence. I think our whole team played with some confidence tonight. They came in expecting to win the game, and I think played well for a while. Had that one. There was probably about a 12-minute span in the game where we just kind of fell asleep and let them come back. And, as we grow as a team, as a program, we're not going to let that stuff happen.
Yeah,
Talk about the series at the end of the first half. They got the ball 4th down, a minute 28. Y'all stuff them there, and then you go in real quick, about a minute.
That was a big touchdown for us. That was a big touchdown for us. You get into that situation right there. We're looking, potentially for a field goal, getting into field goal range. You like to get points because we're going to get the ball to start the second half. And, to get that touchdown to be really kind of swung some momentum our way right before halftime.
Did the penalty on that change your thinking on how you did that drive? Because you had a short dive on first down, then they get the penalty, and you're in plus territory.
Yeah, it didn't really change our thinking, I don't think. We still had the same plan of trying to get into range to score. But I think it kind of loosened up. That penalty almost put us close to field goal range at that point. So we felt more comfortable taking some shots because we were already where we wanted to be. At times good. There's some things we got to clean up. They got 2 pretty good defensive tackles in there, and so that was a tough battle all night long. And I bet I'm going to watch the film. We won some, we lost some, and for us, we want to be a successful team. We got to win a lot more than we lose up front.
The way you approach this rivalry, just the school up north and all the talk, and do you ever talk to your players and you're like, okay, I'm saying all this stuff, can you back me up on the field there?
Well, we say it to them too. They know. That's what it's about. That's what rivalry games are all about. We're going to get their best shot every single year, and they're going to get ours. I promise you that. They'll always get our best shot every single year. And that is something that is really important to me, and we make an emphasis of it. There's a clock going up in our locker room that says 364 days till kickoff next year. And we will focus on winning that and keeping our trophy again next season.
Emotional difference of winning the game in Starkville last year and on the road again this year?
It's great to win it. I'm just happy. I want the trophy. I can't wait. I'm glad we get to keep the trophy again this year. We might actually fulfill. I know one of my goals going into the season was to get the opportunity. We're going to go to Atlanta. Maybe we'll get that opportunity now. Maybe a couple weeks later than we originally wanted. But it's great to have a trophy and to get an opportunity to go play for some more.
In some ways, it is even better than last year.
Yeah, last year was pretty good. This is pretty good too. It's great for me. It's great for me, but it's even better for me because I love the opportunity. Our seniors, these kids, since we've showed up here 2 years ago, have done nothing but bought into what we've tried to tell them to do. And now 2 senior classes get to finish as champions. And that to me is something special. These kids, I didn't recruit our senior class. They've had to go through coaching changes and different things and some change in philosophies. But you know what? Instead of complaining, they bought in. And they said, Coach, we're going to do whatever it takes. Whatever you say, we're going to believe in it, and they've done that.
What will you do this coming week?
What will I do? We're going to hit the road recruiting, and try to go out and get some more great players to come play for our great university. I think, we got a couple of award ceremonies I do this week down in Jackson, but we won't practice this week. We're going to give our guys off. We won't start practice till plan is Friday, December the 10th.